If you want to see more detailed images, videos, and the full article, check the link in the description. A Florida Congresswoman, Republican Kat Cammack, recently shared a deeply personal experience highlighting the complex intersection of politics and healthcare in the wake of Florida's restrictive 6-week abortion ban. In May 2024, while 5 weeks pregnant with an ectopic pregnancy, a life-threatening condition where a fertilized egg implants outside the uterus, Cammack found herself in a Florida emergency room. A critical medical intervention was required, a methotrexate injection to terminate the non-viable pregnancy and save her life. However, the implementation of the state's new abortion law created an unforeseen obstacle. Medical staff, understandably concerned about potential legal repercussions under the newly enacted legislation, hesitated to administer the necessary treatment, despite the fact that ectopic pregnancies, by their nature, are not considered abortions under medical definitions. Cammack's account paints a picture of heightened anxiety within the medical community. The fear, she suggests, stemmed from the ambiguous wording of the law and the aggressive messaging from some pro-choice groups. The Congresswoman, a vocal opponent of abortion rights and co-chair of the House Pro-Life Caucus, herself had to actively intervene, referencing state law on her phone and attempting to contact the governor's office to assure the medical team that her treatment was legally permissible. Hours passed before the medical personnel finally agreed to administer the life-saving medication. The delay, Cammack argues, was a direct result of fearmongering from pro-choice groups, not any inherent ambiguity within Florida's abortion law. This incident, she contends, underscores the potential for politically charged rhetoric to interfere with crucial medical decisions and compromise patient well-being. This perspective, however, is not universally shared. Critics argue that the delay highlights the inherent risks and uncertainties created by the restrictive abortion legislation. While state regulators later issued guidance clarifying that ectopic pregnancies are exempt from the 6-week ban, the initial lack of clear guidance left medical professionals in a precarious position. The ambiguity surrounding the definition of ectopic pregnancy within the law contributed to the hesitation, particularly given the lack of precise medical definitions within the legal text itself. The potential for prosecution, even in medically necessary situations, remains a real concern for healthcare providers operating in states with such restrictive laws. This lack of clarity, opponents argue, fosters a climate of uncertainty and fear, potentially leading to delays in crucial medical care, as experienced by Congresswoman Cammack. The incident also highlights a broader societal divide on abortion rights. Recent polls demonstrate a widening chasm between men and women on this highly sensitive issue. The deeply personal experience of Congresswoman Cammack, who is now pregnant again and expecting a child soon, underscores the profound and emotional impact of these legal and political battles. While she blames the messaging from pro-choice groups for the delay in her treatment, acknowledging the potential for alternative interpretations, the incident reveals the complicated reality that women, irrespective of their political affiliations, can be affected by restrictive abortion laws. The aftermath of Cammack's experience saw the Florida Department of Health issuing clarification regarding the treatment of ectopic pregnancies, aiming to address what they termed misinformation. However, experts from organizations such as the Center for Reproductive Rights remain unconvinced, pointing to the ongoing ambiguities in the law and the challenges facing medical professionals in interpreting and applying its provisions in emergency situations. The lack of a clear definition of ectopic pregnancy within the legal framework continues to pose challenges for healthcare providers who must weigh the potential legal consequences against their professional judgment to provide appropriate and timely care. Even with the state's attempt to clarify its position, medical professionals, particularly those in emergency medicine, remain concerned about the potential for future legal ramifications, highlighting the ongoing tension between legal restrictions and medical necessity. This incident serves as a potent illustration of the complex, often emotionally charged, and far-reaching consequences of restrictive abortion legislation. The clash of political ideologies, legal interpretations, and medical realities leaves healthcare providers in a difficult position, forced to balance their ethical obligations with the fear of legal repercussions. The differing perspectives of Congresswoman Cammack and reproductive rights activists underscore the continued polarization surrounding abortion access, and the potential for even life-saving medical interventions to become entangled in this complex web of political and legal considerations. The story leaves the audience questioning what must be done to ensure that patients, irrespective of their political views, receive timely and appropriate medical care without facing the obstacles caused by the current regulatory climate. The lingering questions raise concerns about the impact of politically driven legislation on the practice of medicine and the provision of crucial healthcare services to all individuals, regardless of their political affiliations or beliefs. The ongoing debate, however, demonstrates that finding common ground on this contentious issue remains a significant challenge in the current social and political climate.